that we wanted to get in the habit of recording or offer the option that we could record you as you speak so that you can go home and assess yourselves. That's daunting to me because I hate nothing more than watching myself.
It's very important to record and see yourself, actually, yeah. Do you have a timekeeper? You'll be timing me? Okay, so the contest speech is 5 to 7 minutes, 7.5, 7 minutes, the red card comes up, and if I'm 7 minutes and 31 seconds, I'm disqualified.
Okay.
Okay. Would someone mind snapping a couple of pictures of me when I'm up there, just for my records? I better give you this one. The code is 2505 in case it goes back. So I'm sorry, what was the objective?
Just the
So this is
objectives
a contest speech. I don't know if any of you have seen any of the contest speeches before, but the object is to basically please you and titillate your mind and have a well-structured speech. So you can all, there's no objective specifically for a contest speech. So any comments that you have afterwards, I would appreciate that will make me a world champion. Okay, so. Have any of you ever had a really good day? Yeah, me too. Have any of you ever had a really bad day? Me too. 14 years ago, I was standing on the balcony of my Florida apartment looking at the deep blue sea. My wife and daughter were playing in the other room. My heart was full, my life was perfect, my pocket was full. But just a year later, you would have seen me in that same apartment. It was really dark, it was gloomy. I was feeling actually very dark and gloomy inside. My wife had left me. My daughter would be calling someone else daddy. My heart was empty. My pocket was empty. Ladies and gentlemen, Toastmaster of the day, fellow travelers on the rocky roads of life, have you ever had a relationship breakup or a relationship shipwreck? How do you handle that? I tried to fix it. I tried to change myself, but at the end, I had to let it go. I called my brother. I had to talk to somebody. He invited me to the corner pub. It was full of light, full of laughter, full of lovely ladies, lots of eye candy. Cheers for Amrita! Cheer up! I didn't feel like cheers. I was stuck between the tears and the cheers. Even the beers didn't help. And then he looked at me. It was like he looked right through me, and he said something I'll never forget. Come on, Amrita. When you're having a really bad day, it's just remember to move on. Something better is coming. I went back to my apartment. If I wanted to move on, I had to get rid of everything that reminded me of her, everything that reminded me of the past. So I started to repaint the walls, I sold all the furniture, and the cat. Well, I even had to say goodbye to that lovely, cuddly cat. And then I decided, I'm going to find myself the perfect woman. On the internet. www.theperfectwoman.com. And I started internet dating. I don't know if any of you have done internet dating, but the virtual woman is not the real woman. And then I found the perfect woman. Doesn't exist. And in fact, maybe only on Facebook. I decided it was time to move on. I had to move all the way from the United States over to Malaysia to check out their economy, to check out their food and their women. I was seated at this restaurant, and next to me was this beautiful woman with Excuse me, I don't know what to order on the menu, but what are you eating? Oh, it's crab cakes. Would you like to try some? Yes! That was a really good day. I didn't learn till later she was just being polite when she said yes to the question that I asked. But 1 year later, I asked her a question I wasn't sure she would say yes to. Will you? Well, you know the rest. And she said yes, and we got married, and my heart was full, my life was full, my pocket was full again. Everything seemed perfect. I didn't think anything could go wrong. But 4 years ago, I found myself in Dr. Lee's office. He was sitting next to me, tapping his pencil on the table. This was a really bad day. Mr. Cohen, you have prostate cancer. I don't know if you've ever had a moment in your life when everything changed. It felt to me like there was a tidal wave of emotions coming over me. I didn't think I could stay present in the moment. And then I remembered the words of my brother. Amartat, when you're having a bad day, just move on. Something better is coming. When you have a moment like that, sometimes everything becomes more clear. And I made a decision then and there that I was going to take up those things in my life that I'd left undone and follow my dreams, to finish my film, to make that book that I want to make on photography of the villages around the world, and take up public speaking. I wouldn't be here in front of you today if I hadn't had those bad days. Now I'm 72 years old. I know you thought I was about 40, right? I'm actually 47,563,312 minutes old when we started this meeting today. Madam Timekeeper, I hope you're doing your job. Now I make every minute count. I've gone from marriage to loneliness and back to marriage. I've gone from health to sickness and back to health. My cancer, well, I moved on. The cancer didn't. I'm a survivor. It's a really good day. So I hope when you have that next really bad day in your life, you'll remember, just move on. Something better is coming. Just move on. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you,
Thank you very much. Huh?
Fabulous.
Thank you for the pictures.
The first meeting Toastmasters International Chapter 1 had was at the YMCA on October 22nd, 1924. Until then, it was simply an educational arm of the Y.